This video is presented by the EA Creator Network. What's up, boo? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the dark side, because today I'm reviewing The Sims 4 High School Years, which is the next expansion pack for The Sims. Like any expansion, you're gonna get some new gameplay, a whole new world, new items, and a few extra features. I have all the details about expansion pack 12 and how you can relive your high school years, good or bad. For me, sometimes bad, you know what I mean. And thanks to EA for giving me early access to the pack, and the footage you're gonna see is from not final software, so keep that in mind. But let's jump into the new world of Copperdale, which I'm going to probably say Copperdale High. And this world is giving me serious Vampire Diaries, the small town where anything can happen in the set of any American teen drama series. It has 12 lots with 2 reserved for the actual high school and auditorium. So that makes 10 edible lots, because I'm not getting rid of the high school, you're not getting rid of the high school, because why would we get rid of the main feature of this pack? And in case you were wondering, no, you cannot just build your own high school outside of this world, but you can edit, put your own down, and do what you want to those lots. 3 new neighborhoods: Rockridge Heights, which has the high school, Plum by Cove for the pier on the bottom right, and Prescott Square is a mining/downtown area that has the library and the new boba tea/thrift store shop lot trait. Like all the worlds with The Sims 4 now, there are a lot of decor shops. You really see this in Prescott Square and Plum by Cove. However, there are some hidden areas your Sims can explore for a change of scenery. I actually have no problems at all with the worlds and how the map looks. The team that does the maps for The Sims are S tier plus, and they never disappoint. You can visit a dock that has a nice little gazebo for getaways. There's a swimmable watering hole that has a small waterfall. There's also a purple flower grove, which is pretty, but these are just destinations, nothing else to really do there. The dock doesn't allow swimming or fishing. The grove has a small bench, but my sim instantly got up and wanted to go somewhere else, which, to be honest, is my fault for having autonomy on. You can visit a rock statue up a trail. If you saw Stranger Things, my mind instantly went to that skull rock. This reminds you of that in that little woodland area. For a world, it's a standard map size for expansions now. Maxis hasn't given us a big map since Get Together with its 20 plus lots, and with expansions at 12 in total, I don't think we will ever see them again, sadly. But I could be wrong. You could prove me wrong in this video. Please do. Please, Maxis, EA, prove me wrong. I do wish we would get fewer decor/placeholder buildings. Once you get there, you see a nice scenic location, but learn quickly that everything is decor. There are explorable areas, but the boundary is very small. The same for Plum by Cove at the pier. The shops in the front when you load in are deco. It looks like some seafood restaurants are there just for show. The only functional buildings are the rides, and even those are rabbit holes, including the Ferris wheel. There is a small entertainment area where Sims can grab bubble tea and snacks, even catch a show if some brave Sims decide to go on the mic and attempt to sing. Sims can walk along the boardwalk and look out, but after you ride the Ferris wheel and visit the haunted house and the Tunnel of Love, there isn't much else to do besides take pictures, hang out with your friends, maybe talk, but at the end of the day, they're just gonna leave you. You'll be all alone in the dark with some nice carnival lights and rides, but at least the screenshots will look nice. I went through the new clothing, hair, and accessories we get in this pack. That's one thing about The Sims 4, you're gonna get new cast items. Now, cast isn't my focus for a pack as someone who plays with a lot of CC and mods, but with the $40 price tag, I'm gonna take a look. There are a lot of new clothing items with a sole focus on teen style. The clothing itself is a mix of sporty, preppy, and comfortable. I say style because teens through elders can wear the clothing now. The styles themselves are fine. I like the braids, the long style with the headband, probably because it reminds me of my high school days. Same for the guys, the braid style is my favorite. I do wish they got a little more love in the hair department. There are a lot of graphic tees and printed options, similar to clothing I find myself always wearing, especially the comfy clothes, the sweat, well, not the sweaters. I live in Georgia. I'm not putting on a sweater. I'm sorry, no. Your Sims auto unlock the graduation cap and bucket hat. There are 2 locked hats with the jester and prom royalty crown. If you get crowned one of the either, you unlock them. There are 5 new necklaces and a boutonniere meant for prom. The only one I like is the collar with the heart. Don't ask why, just mind your business. The blazers, crop top, sweater combos, jean jacket, and shirt are some of my favorite tops. However, some don't have swatches. Kinda disappointed. Just like the hats, there are some clothes that you can only access by buying them at the thrift rack. We'll get more into that later in the video. The shoes could have been more. There are 2 new pairs, a loafer platform if that's what you call it, and another sandal platform. This reminds me of the late 90s/early 2000s Spice Girls phase. There's a decent amount of full body options. The windbreaker and shirt dress combo are my faves. The Sims did sneak in a quick partnership with Depop. There are a couple of new aspirations and traits coming with this pack. Admired Icon, Goal-Oriented, Drama Llama, and Live Fast are the teen-locked aspirations, and only they can use them. We get a new Socially Awkward and Overachiever trait, which rounds out Cast. Now, all this new clothing and items make sense because the pack revolves around ability to travel with your teen Sims to high school. In the Sims 4 universe, this isn't a new mechanic. We've had the ability to travel with Sims since Get to Work EP1 in 2015. Like similar Get to Work careers, your teen Sims will get a notification asking if you want to follow them to school. All students spawn in the front of the school. The surrounding area is an American suburb area, some seating, and a fake school bus that does not move. If you go towards the right, there is the auditorium, which is a separate lot, and behind both buildings is the football/track field. The bleachers are not seatable, the football goals aren't functional, and I knew better to assume the soccer goal were too since we had soccer introduced in university. A lot of stuff in this pack is just for the aesthetic, which I'm fine. You know, we love aesthetic. But you want to know the biggest troll ever? There is a student parking area with decorated parking spots. Now, some may not know this, but some American high schools allow students to use chalk on a parking space and draw in that space. My high school didn't, but thanks to TikTok and Vine, I've seen it. And yes, that too is purely aesthetic. The school itself is American. It's nothing like university if you have it. Sims have 2 classes a day with lunch in between, a free period upon arrival, the possibility, or in my case, always detention after the second class, and various after-school activities. If you click on the computer, there is a new high school pie menu. It can show you your class schedule, lets you drop out at any moments, which I thought about a couple of times. Graduate early if your sim is lucky, study for exams, and a few more options. Which class your sim gets is pure random. They're either in class 1 or 2, and it's not filled. You just go there. You don't get to choose. You just go. It says you can't edit the school lot itself. I'm not going to comment on it because the majority of us will just replace it anyway. The game pulls your sims where they need to go when it's time. In the top left-hand corner, you have your objectives. Similar to any event-oriented game mechanic, when it's time for class or detention, you really don't have to do anything. The game will grab your sim and lead them to class. You can cancel this interaction, but it's easy to get detention if you're caught skipping or just being late. A few miscellaneous things happen. You do get a bell that signals time for class, and you should be in class. Random intercom announcements, sometimes in English, which caught me by surprise when it says, "Attention students," and I'm like, wait a minute. Hello? A few classroom pop-ups like spreading rumors or some mischief fun involving dissection, which you don't actually do. They're just prompts. What did surprise me is the fire drill that randomly happened. My sim was in the middle of setting up some stink bombs in lockers. You heard me, don't ask questions. And then there was a fire drill that just appeared. Lockers are functional and you can claim one at any time. You can also give it up. However, it's not really needed unless you want that aesthetic, which again, whole pack, majority is, pure aesthetic. You do have the option to decorate the locker, which we saw in the actual trailer. You have some options you can choose from. The only things you can do in the locker are grab an apple, freshen up, and randomly buy a football, which again, I just don't know. When it's time to prank the locker with the stink bug or place a prom note, you just click on a locker and choose a sim. That's basically it. Again, this pack isn't like university. There aren't any presentations or papers to turn in. You basically just go to class and listen. Sometimes Sims pull out a notebook and pretend to scribble, and 30 minutes left, I'm like, if we get detention one more time, I'm literally throwing you out myself. I tried doing homework during class and my Sims took a while to pull out the notebook. And you can't do anything else. The options from before the pack where you can work hard or study are not here for class, which is a letdown. Would love an option for my sim to sleep in class or study for the final exams that happen each Friday. I am grateful that my sims aren't wasting away in classes. You get in, you get out, but do wish for others during this time. Other than that, that's it. A new cafeteria bar similar to university greets players with new food like rainbow brownies, sliders, and bites. There is a junior and senior lunch, which is the actual lunch tray some of us are familiar with from our own high school. Students can choose lunch or grab something from the vending machine. The new vending machine has some recognizable foods in it, which I thought was awesome. Cream snack cake and pepperoni pizza roll-up. Yeah, you're not fooling anyone. I knew exactly what those were, and yes, I did crave them myself. Throughout your Sims day, they will be constantly on their phone. This is an autonomous interaction that they do, but they have the all-new social bunny. Think Twitter, because that's exactly what this is. The team finally stopped trolling us, or maybe stop hinting at this feature that they were working on since the beginning, and is an actual functional social media network Sims can use. Now, a few mods have already given this to us, but we actually have a feature in The Sims now where you can actually not just click something, have a pop-up. It's a UI interface. Your Sims have a feed, contact list, and messages tab. They can also gain followers. You can't change your name and do custom messages, however. Sims can send you friend requests, and if you meet someone, you can add them as a friend. You can also unfriend them if they make you mad, which I thought was cool. Throughout the day, your Sims phone will let you know of any new activity you can check. Some Sims will mention you on the feed, which you can as well, or send you a direct message. When it comes to posting on the feed, you can choose between some options that your Sim has done and pair it with an expression such as happy, energetic, or even flirty. Depending on the post, some expressions will show more than others. However, some of the posts do get repetitive. Even the messages tab get a bit confusing. Is my Sim sending a DM to themselves? Are they what are they responding to? I don't know sometimes. I do like it that Sims can post about recent events, either traveling, pranking something, or eating dinner. I do wish there was a bit more. I remember my Sim catching on fire and I couldn't post about almost dying via the fire. You can't post pictures to Social Bunny. With the new selfie poses upgrade, this would have been a great feature. Followers on Social Bunny and Simstagram are separate, and it does take a while to gain followers. They just happen. Closer to Friday, you'll start to see a notification to start studying for exams, which are every Friday. If you do it at least once, I think from the computer it will be grayed out, saying your Sim is prepared. Once you take the exam, it will give you a progress report, which you get a progress report after each day. Then I switched over to the Prescott household where Molly did increase their grade automatically, which was kind of weird. I don't mind exams every Friday. It's just a normal class period. You use the last class of the day. Your Sim pulls out a notebook, sometimes writes, and boom, test done. Now, after school is where your Sims have some options. Unless it's detention, you don't have to attend, but it happens directly after the second class. You just sit there, that's it. You can pull out a book or something, or attempt to talk to other students, but there isn't anything there that makes you think about your actions. After school activities are basically a rabbit hole. You can choose cheerleading, football, chess, or some science club. Well, computer science club. You can join the career either from the phone or computer at any time. You can ask people who are already in that club to join and also recruit them. I'm kind of disappointed at this. With cheerleading, you practice and perform on the mat. The football, you can throw back and forth. There are two options. There's an animation to hit someone in the head. I've seen it a couple of times when I'm like at the front of the school and Sims are in their free time, and then boom, smack in the head. It's cute. However, any skill gain is for fitness. There are 2 new skills. Entrepreneur is one of them. There aren't any games you can participate in, only the school festivities where there is a competition. You perform and you go turn in your progress to the judge and wait to see if you won anything. Each event will have a booth to buy items like the cheer outfit, food, or other items. I bought some pom-poms and stuck them on the wall, which you can do with live drag. Some photo backdrops and spaces for whichever specific event. Cheerleaders and football will have the mats and balls on the ground. Chess will have a single-seated chess table lined up. Once your Sim is home, you can do homework or hang out with friends. The homework in the game hasn't changed. If your Sim didn't choose a school activity, then they can get a new side hustle, video game streamer, or Simfluencer. You have to choose either or. You can't be a cheerleader and stream games. It doesn't let you do both. Both give new interactions, and your Sims can now watch game streams on the computer. If you look closely, it resembles a popular streaming site. If your Sims are streaming, that resembles a very popular live streaming program. You're not slick. Simfluencers can go to different locations and check in. It's kind of similar to the option that came with Get Famous. It's kind of straightforward. Both can work with companies to promote, and apparently the more followers you have, the more stuff you can get sent. This is also a big disappointment because even though you can earn some few extra simoleons from interactive options, your Sims still go to a rabbit hole career. You have to choose an actual time, either day or night shift, which we've seen with the part-time jobs. Why they decided to do this? No clue, but both only go up to level 3 in the career. The pack also comes with pillow fighting, which is for teens and up. I tried to do it with Cassandra and Child Alexander. It wouldn't let me, but the only option was Bella and Mortimer. Sitting on the bed and floor crossed legs are new. You can even get asked to go out or sneak out if your parents won't let you. I only saw this option once, and Bella did let me go out, so there was no sneaking out. Prom also comes with before and after parties. The before party is at someone's house, and the after party is usually at the pier. A feature a lot of Simmers wanted is now in the game, which is prom, which actually goes pretty quickly. You have to make sure your Sim has their formal wear ready because once you get that notification, the event immediately starts. It takes place in the auditorium. When you first get the game, a setup for prom is already done, but you can customize it. Food is already served on the new serving tables, a dance floor which you can do sweetheart dance with another sim and take pictures at the new photo booth. When it comes to a date, you can ask other sims to a prom using a prom sign, sneaking a note in their locker, and getting an answer in notification form, or just outright asking them. Either way, you don't really go to prom with them. You kind of just meet them there. If you have multiple sims in the household, you select those sims and off you go. Your sims can get expelled. Getting expelled took a while, at least for my sim. I only got expelled because I constantly did mean interactions with the principal and they got fed up with me. It was just a notification that I was expelled, but my sim could still go to prom the next day. I fought in the classroom, cafeteria, and maybe the hallway. I forgot where I did, to be honest. I skipped school to see what would happen, and all I got was a phone call. I checked Cassandra's parents to see if any interactions appeared, and nothing. They could be there, but I mean, nothing happened to me, you know. The best thing about a pack are the new woohoo and deaths. There are 2 new deaths and a lot of new woohoo places. One new death is in the school itself where you can plant a stink bug in lockers. We back to that. The other death is a urban legend similar to Bloody Mary. However, that function wasn't working. Teen Sims have something new where they can mess around. It's their version of woohoo in the game, which still looks like woohoo no matter how many times you repackage. But it's a T-rated game, so Messing around happens on all the pier attractions, haunted house, Ferris wheel, love boat, and the bed as well. That's why I say I see no difference with the woohoo. New interactions join this pack either in romance, friendly, or mischief category. You can publicly announce your crush, use air horn which will make your ears bleed, or make fun of slash support Sims' body hair. All the school life leads up to graduation, which sadly I don't have footage of. I do have what the graduation is supposed to look like. It too happens in the auditorium along with career day. Build Buy gives you a lot of new items, mainly all the options seen in the high school itself with new beds, desks, end tables, computers, and decor items, filling up your teens' rooms for the home. Place Polaroids from the photo booth on the wall along with the pom-poms you can get from the vendors during after-school events. Place your chess trophy on the shelf and show your parents that you're not just slacking off. You can see from this redesign of Cassandra's room, I try to make it her own along with the customized door and the new E-window that allows your Sims to sneak out the house, which was very tricky, but I got it to work for Alexander's room. But that is the Sims 4 high school years. Despite some features not being what I expected, the pack isn't that bad. It gives teens more to do ever since Parenthood was introduced. There is room for improvement with this pack. However, there are a decent amount of features added. I was scrolling down my notes and I was like, okay, it's not that bad. It just depends on how we use them. I love the fact we can go to school with our Sims now and we finally got that social media platform. I will wonder how players will deal with the school day and their storylines. The day does go by pretty fast in my opinion, and when you're going to class or like the game is pushing all your Sims to class, it's like, do you really have time to do anything else? Like my past reviews, I do wish worlds got bigger and at least another high school for an option. Also wish for the ability to customize classes. With this being the 12th expansion and maybe the only one this year, I feel like some features were overlooked, but this is meant to add on to your games and give you the option and maybe a change of pace if you're like me, who mainly deals with young adult to adult Sims. It's hard to say if it's worth it or not because everyone buys packs for a feature that they really want. Or, you know, features, it really just depends. It's your money, so only you can say if it's worth it or not. But I hope I was able to help you make a decision one way or the other. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this review, don't forget to give it a like. If you want to stay in the loop about mods and news about The Sims 4, hit that sub button. Bye, boo!